Found anything yet?
Nothing yet, sir!
How about you?
Not a thing, sir!
What about you guys? We ain't found shit.
What's happening, guys? Supernova here, back with another video, and this video is going to be my review of Destruction Allstars. And I'm not going to bury the lead on you here, guys, and you could probably already figure out from my intro, I don't really think it's a great game. And the main reason being, I cannot find compelling reasons to make me want to come back to this game to continue playing it. I mean, realistically, and now this is no bullshit, the only reason I went back to this game to play some more was so that I can capture some footage for making this review. Because it didn't have any kind of extended gameplay, right? Other than that, I don't care to go back to play this game. But before we get into all that, let me first explain what Destruction Allstars is, because for many of us, we had no fucking idea what this game was. With the exception of the fact that they gave us a kind of breakdown of what it was, I think a few days before the game's released, and then obviously the game now being released, now we have a better idea of what it is. But what is this game? It's kind of this weird mixture between a destruction derby and then a kind of platforming game. Because not all of your time is spent in your vehicle, especially because your vehicle's life doesn't last, forever. When your vehicle's health is low, you don't want to risk letting someone destroy your vehicle and get points for destroying it, so you're going to hop out and then get in another vehicle. Sometimes vehicles aren't close, so you're going to spend a decent amount of time on foot running to a vehicle or running away from vehicles. Also, there are these crystals all around the map that you collect in order to get your power up. So you're going to spend time hopping and running along these platforms and wall running and doing all kinds of crazy shit to get these crystals. There's also game modes where doing certain things will drop these gears, and you need to collect the gears. In some modes, you can just collect the gears while being in your vehicle. Other modes require you to collect the gears on foot, so you'll have to jump out of your car to collect the gears. So not all of your time is spent in the vehicles. So it's just this weird kind of combination of a destruction derby mixed with this running, jumping, wall running, platforming shit. It's kind of all over the place, if I'm being honest, and it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But it is what it is, and it can be fun at times. Now, there are 4 different modes in this game. There's Mayhem, and the description is: hit, wreck, evade, and take from your opponents to score. Prove you have mastered your skills in a frenzy of non-stop action. Most points wins. So basically just drive around and obtain points in whatever various ways there are, and whoever has the most points at the end of the match wins. Gridfall. You have a limited number of lives. KO your opponents to be the last All-Star standing. Beware the floor. Basically, you're in a small map and you just run around. You have 2 lives. You run around trying to knock other people out or knock them off the map. And as you're doing this, sections of the floor are going to start falling out, making the map a little more dangerous. Last person standing wins. Carnado. Attack opponents to earn gears and then bank them in your vehicle to earn points, detonate, and dominate. Basically, same thing. Drive around, collect points, or in this case, gears, in whatever various ways you can by smashing, destroying, this, that, and the other thing. And then bank the gears. And in order to bank the gears, you have to drive into this tornado in the middle of the map, which will then bank the gears for you, but also, for whatever fucking stupid reason, destroy your vehicle in the process. So then you have to go find another vehicle and repeat the process all over again. Most gears banked at the end of the round wins. And that's Carnado. And then Stockpile. Attack opponents, collect gears, and then drop them off to control banks. Max out all 3 banks, or own the most banks when time's up to win. Basically, kind of like Carnado. Drive around, dropping gears by destroying other vehicles or, whatever the methods there are to create gears. Except for whatever reason, in this mode, the gears can only be collected on foot. So once the gears drop, you need to hop out of your vehicle, run, collect the gears. You can hold a max of 4 at a time. And then you need to get to one of 3 banks and stand on top of the bank in order to deposit the gears in the banks. You can win instantaneously by having your team control all 3 banks at the same time, or whoever had control over the most banks the most throughout the map wins. Kind of like they do in a lot of first-person shooters where you need to control the sectors, and whoever controlled the sectors the most wins that match. Same idea, but it's controlling banks with these fucking gears, right? And those are the 4 main modes. Now I say main modes because there technically are other modes, but I'll cover that a little bit later in this video. Now, as of right now, there are 16 playable characters, each with their own special ability and their own special vehicle that has its own special ability. Now, one of the biggest issues I have with this game is that no matter who I played as, it didn't seem to make all that much of a difference to me. And the biggest reason for that is 80% plus of the time you're spending in these maps, you are playing with these generic vehicles, not your special vehicle, but your generic vehicles. For example, no matter what map you choose, there are 4 different classes of generic vehicle. There's one that's like a rally car, one that's like a race car, one that's kind of like a dune bug, and one that's like a heavier truck, right? And each one has a different amount of life, and they handle differently. You know, the rally car is the most agile. I think the race car is the fastest, but the truck has the most health. You know, shit like that. But they're all generic vehicles. And these are the vehicles you're using 80+% of the time. And the only thing that's different about them when you're in it is that when you jump in the vehicle, whatever skin it has on it instantly morphs into a skin that is the color scheme of your character. That's it. That's the only difference between when you're driving and when someone else is driving that car. Is when you're in it, it's your color scheme. When they're in it, it's their color scheme. But it's the same generic vehicle. Unlike a game like, let's say, Twisted Metal, where you had each character, and each character had their own specific vehicle. And they were in that vehicle the entire fucking time. Sweet Tooth was in an ice cream truck the entire fucking time. Spectre was in a fucking, I think one of the games he was in a Dodge Viper. I think that was maybe Twisted Metal 3. It was the one that had the entire soundtrack that was done by Rob Zombie. Bitchin' soundtrack for that game, by the way. But he was like in a Dodge Viper, and he's in that the entire time. Axel is a dude that's in this fucking contraption where it's just him basically standing up with giant wheels on either side of his body. And that's what he was in the entire time. And every character, because they're in a different vehicle, had a different amount of top speed, handling, and health, right? So each character played differently. In this game, because that's not the way it is, like it would make more sense if the character you were in, or the character you chose rather, was in their special vehicle the entire fucking time. That would make more sense and make it so that each character played a little bit more uniquely, right? But that's not the way this game works. You spend 80+% of your time using these generic ass vehicles that is the same no matter who you choose. And the only time something different happens is when you use your special ability while on foot, which honestly, to me personally, the only difference I notice is that you run faster and you can double jump now, which is the 2 things they tell you is what happens when you use your special. But whatever your special actually does, you don't really notice for the most part. It doesn't really do anything. I know like Lupita the Fox, like she leaves a little fire trail behind her and you know, it can fucking hurt people and hurt vehicles and shit. Okay, cool. And there's other characters that do kind of shit like that. But for the most part, when you use your special, you're really only using it so you can run faster and so you can double jump, so you can collect your crystals and shit to try to get your other power-ups. At least for me. I never really found my power-up on foot to really be that impactful to the gameplay. Same thing goes for my special vehicle. You call on your special vehicle, and then your special vehicle now has a special attack, and only you can get in your special vehicle. So when your vehicle drops down, nobody else can hop in it. You're the only one that can use it. And then once you hop in it, you'll have a special ability. And that special ability can be used, and then there's a cooldown period, and then you can use the special ability again and continue to do that as long as your vehicle stays alive. Which, I mean, to be fair, you could do the entire match if you're careful, but that's probably not going to happen. So you use the special ability in your vehicle, and even then, I've tried every vehicle, and the specials don't really seem to do that much to me, or do as much as I think that they should. It's like I use it, and it's like, maybe it's doing something, I don't know. I can't really tell, but they aren't that awesome. Like, the special abilities aren't that fucking cool, right? Like, for example, what's his name? The fucking chappy-looking motherfucker that you start off the game with. His car can turn invisible. Ooh, oh man. coolest special ability ever, right? So I mean, like I said, 80+% of your time playing this game, you are playing the same exact way no matter who you choose. Doesn't matter what character you pick, the game is going to play exactly the fucking same because all the cars you're using are the same. And because this game doesn't have any type of weaponry on the vehicles, like machine guns or rockets or anything like that, it's strictly just run around and smash other vehicles, it's 80% plus of your time running around on foot, which feels the same no matter who you're playing as, or driving these generic ass vehicles, which feels the same no matter who you're playing as, running into other cars. That's it. So that's one of my big knocks against the game, is that I don't find any compelling reason to use this character over that character, or, this person over that person, because no matter who I choose to play as, for the most part, it feels the fucking same. Which, in a game where you have 16 unique characters, should not be the case. They should all feel very different. And they just don't. At least not to me. Maybe someone else is playing this game and they can totally feel or see the difference between the characters, but to me, I don't see a fucking difference. So I don't have like a favorite character in the game because to me they all fucking play the same. Now there's two main ways you can play this game. You have arcade and multiplayer, so PvE and PvP. Arcade is PvE, it's you versus the computer in one of the 4 game modes I already talked about. And then multiplayer is PvE, you versus other people, or you and your friends versus other people in one of the 4 game modes we already covered. So they're basically, again, going to play exactly the same. The only difference is in multiplayer, you're playing with friends or against real people. In arcade, it's just you and the computer, but the game modes are the same. The characters are the same. You're going to be playing essentially the same game. And you gain experience points as you're playing. And as you gain XP, you will level up as an individual, not as a character, because it doesn't matter what character you pick. You can constantly change what character you're picking, but you as an individual, as a player, will gain experience points and you will level up. And every time you level up, they give you these credits. And these credits are used to purchase new emotes or new shouts or new skins for your character. And that's really all they're used for. And I'm going to be honest, it's nothing really cool. I mean, the emotes are pretty lame, if I'm being honest. Like, I've seen much better emotes in games like Destiny or games like Fortnite. The emotes in this game are really fucking weak. They're also very, very short. And then the skins are literally just a color variant of the character you already have. So it's not like a different version of your character's outfit or unique outfit for that character. It is literally just a color variant of the character you're already playing as, which is not very awesome, if I'm being honest. Like, unique variations of the way your character looks would be a much better thing to be spending these credits on. Like a unique costume for your character, or a unique appearance for your special vehicle, instead of it being the same fucking special vehicle with a slightly different color scheme. Because if I'm being honest, when you're playing the game, you don't even fucking notice the difference in colors, whether it's the difference in your own colors or the difference in other people's colors. Like, part of getting these cool, unique skins for your character is not only make yourself look cool, but so that you look more cool to other people. But you just look the same. Like, it's just color variations that nobody's gonna fucking notice. So you're gonna be spending time earning XP to level up so you can farm this currency to buy color variations of your character that nobody is going to fucking notice. Most importantly, you're not gonna notice. There's just nothing cool to spend these credits on. And then, and then this fucking bullshit. Then there are certain skins and emotes and shouts that can't be purchased with in-game currency. Oh, no. They can only be purchased with currency you have to buy with real fucking money. And look, I'm gonna fucking go out right now and say, this shit needs to stop. And no, it isn't to buy shit that's pay to win. And yes, it's just skins and it's just shit that doesn't matter, so it doesn't really hurt anybody. They're not quote-unquote predatory microtransactions. But I'm gonna keep it real with you. The money they're charging for these fucking skins, and again, hey, if it's your money and you want to spend the money on it, hey, fucking go wild, right? You want to spend your own money on this bullshit, you do that. But still, to me, the amount of money they're charging for this shit is ridiculous. For example, some of the legendary, because there's levels to everything, the legendary fucking emotes are 800 of this fucking purple currency. Now, if you want 500, it's $4.99, 1,000 is $9.99, and 2,000 is $19.99. So for 800, you're gonna need at least 1,000 of these fucking purple credits. That's $10. $10 fucking dollars for one legendary emote on one character. And I'm keeping it fucking 100 with you. It isn't even that cool. None of the legendary emotes are cool. None of the emotes in this game, period, are that cool. But $10 if you want just fucking one. Now, I'm sorry. Yes, they're not pay to win. Yes, it's totally optional. But in my opinion, all of these emotes, all of these skins, all of these fucking banners and themes and shit that you have to spend real money in order to fucking get should be purchasable with in-game currency. Okay? There is zero reason why these particular emotes should cost $10 when they are in no way better than the shit that's already in the game. Like, for $10, it should be the coolest fucking emote on earth. It should be the coolest, most badass fucking emote I've ever seen. But when the emote is just the same as the other shit that's there, there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to unlock it with in-game currency. I don't like the idea or this trend of taking shit that should be part of the game and then making it something that can only be attained by using real fucking money, when it should easily be something that you could buy with in-game currency. There is no reason why anything in this game should be something that you have to spend real fucking money on. Especially when this game, I mean, right now it's free with PlayStation Plus, but this game, if it wasn't part of PS Plus, was going to have a price tag of $70 fucking dollars. And I'm sorry, this game is not worth 70. This game is not worth 60. There's not enough here to say, oh, this game is worth $70 and you should have to pay money to buy this bullshit. I'm sorry, there just isn't. And then, for some reason, some characters have more shit that you have to spend money on, and some characters have less shit that you have to spend money on. I don't understand why. That's just the way it is. Like, for example, Ultimo here. Ultimo has one legendary emote, which, again, is not that fucking cool. And then if you go over to his shouts, he has one regular shout that's 200, and then he has a victory pose, which is 400. So 800, 200, and 400. That's most characters. Then you go to a character like Blue Fang here, and Blue Fang, well, he's got 2 legendary emotes. And again, they're not fucking cool. And then he has a shout that is locked, so it must be part of a story, and then a victory pose, which is 400. So 1,600 and 400. $2,000 just for him. And then, for whatever reason, Chappie over here, he's got one legendary emote, and then shouts. Nah, fuck him. He doesn't have any shouts. Fuck his robot ass. He don't get shit. But that's the way it is. Most characters are going to be like Ultimo. It's going to be one legendary emote for 800, and then a shout for 200, and a victory post for 400. But then, every once in a while, you come against a character that's got 2 legendary emotes at 800 a pop, and then one shout. Why? I have no idea. But I did the math, and I figured it out. If you wanted to purchase every single one of the emotes and shouts for all of the 16 characters that exist currently, because they said they will be adding more, it would cost you a total of 21,000 of that purple credit. In order for you to get 21,000, it would cost you $208.89. Let's round it up. Let's call it $209. It would cost you $209 to get the fucking rest of the emotes and shouts and victory poses for these fucking characters. And I know, again, these aren't the quote-unquote predatory microtransactions because they're not pay to win. They don't impact the gameplay. They're totally optional. But I don't give a fuck because, in my opinion, they are bullshit, especially because they're not for anything cool. I'm sorry, again, you can spend your money however you want, but if you spend a nickel on these purple credits so you can buy the bullshit in this game, you're an asshole and you're part of the fucking problem. You are part of the problem. They keep doing this shit because assholes like you keep giving them fucking money. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. That's why they keep doing this shit. Like I said, if they were different costumes or alternate looks for vehicles, even then I'd say it's bullshit, but at least you're getting something that really is different. But as it sits right now, when the only thing to unlock, whether it's with in-game currency or bullshit paid currency, when the only things to unlock in the game are color variants or lame-ass emotes and fucking different banners and shit, there's really no compelling reason to make me want to play this game. There's nothing cool to unlock as you play this game. So I find a really hard time in trying to find compelling reasons to go back to this game. Arcade is fun for a while, and then it gets really old. And multiplayer is fun for a while. I played it with my buddy for a while. I'll also go ahead and say that while we were trying to play, we did have issues multiple times over the time that we played online. From disconnects to him having to get back into the queue a certain way, because if he did it another way, the game would freeze on him. Just, bullshit that we had to navigate just to be able to play together. And even then, it's fun for a while. And then it just gets really repetitive. And when arcade is the same as multiplayer, they feel exactly the same. Whether you're playing with your friends or playing against the computer, it feels exactly the same. So it gets old really fast, at least for me. Maybe to you, you play this and this is the fucking greatest thing on earth and you have no problem playing the same thing a bajillion million times. It's fun to you no matter what. Okay, then this is the game for you. For me, it got old really quick. There's just not enough there. Especially because there's not enough in terms of unlockables or things to get or attain from all the time you put into the game. And now there is another mode. Remember I said earlier that there were technically more than the 4 modes of playing? There is another mode called Challenges. And here we're going to get into some more bullshit that really pissed me off, alright? So, the first challenges that were available were for Ultimo. And I believe there's like 5 or 6 different modes that you play as Ultimo. And this is kind of like campaign mode, if you want to call it that, or story mode, in that there's a story. Because it's you against your rivals or some shit. But, man, I'm going to show you the clip it plays, because there's only 2 clips that play through this entire process. You have a clip that plays when you do the first mode in Challenges for Ultimo, and then a clip that plays after you beat the very, very last one. Here is the first clip.
Faster. Need to be faster.
Impressive.
Mine? I'm training.
I'm just here.
No, you got your free ride. Didn't even have to try out. Learn the ropes somewhere else and don't come back till you learn some respect.
I was taught that respect is earned. You want mine? Beat me in the arena, if you
Oh,
can.
you want me to put you back in your lane? Fine. Buckle up, kid. School's in session.
So evidently, Ultimo's rival is Gian, the dude who looks like fucking Prince and Bruno Mars had a fucking baby. That's his rival. Why? I don't know, and the game never fucking tells you. But anyway, under Ultimo, there's like 5 or 6 challenges, I forgot how many, and each challenge has 3 additional objectives. Like, you can complete the challenge without doing any of the objectives. They're completely optional. If you want to, like, 100% that challenge, you also need to do the 3 objectives. And they don't have to all be done in one run. You can do them, one at a time in different runs. But, for example, you'd have one that was, the challenge is just the challenge. But then if you beat it within a certain time limit, that was one of the objectives. If you collected X amount of shards while you were in that run, that was one of the objectives. So you had your regular challenge and then 3 additional objectives. And here's where there's different modes from the regular play modes. Because for Ultimo, there was one, for example, where they had these gates you had to drive through. and you wanted to do it within a certain amount of time. So on top of these gates that you would have to drive through, there were these blue hourglasses that you would have to pick up. And you wanted to pick up the blue hourglasses as fast as you could, and then complete the run as fast as you could to get it completed, under a certain amount of time, because that was one of the additional objectives. There was one that was basically Crazy Taxi. You would run up to these little poles sticking out of the ground, and this dude would just jump on the back of your car, and then there'd be a place to drop him off, and then you'd go drop him off wherever he had to go. And then same thing, there'd be these hourglasses for you to pick up in a route to, add time, so that by the time you were done taking all these people to their places, you did it under a certain amount of time. There was another one where you had to smash these crates either on foot or with a vehicle. And again, there were hourglasses everywhere. So you wanted to pick up the hourglasses to add time to your time and then do it as quick as possible. But these are 3 different modes that are not available in either arcade or multiplayer. They are only in challenges. But you do them once to complete them, because you're only going to get the XP and shit from them once, and you're only going to get the things that you unlock from them once, because remember earlier when I said that Blue Fang had something that was locked and it was probably part of a story mission? That's what is going on here. For both Ultimo and Jin, they each had something that was unlockable only by completing these challenges. So you couldn't buy it with real money or with in-game currency. It was either an emote or a shout or something that was only unlockable by doing these challenges. But once you've done these challenges and you've unlocked those things, there is no reason to come back to the challenges. Now, after completing the last challenge, here is what you see.
Someone once told me that respect is earned. This newcomer had the gall to stand up to me and just gave me one of the toughest matches of my career. Did you see that? You belong here, kid, no doubt. You've earned my respect.
You ever want a rematch? See what else I can do? You know where to find me.
That's it. That's what passes for story in this game. I have no idea why Jin was his rival. I have no idea why they had beef. It's just, oh, this dude said something to me, now we're rivals. Oh, now he has my respect. That's it. Now, say what you want about Twisted Metal. The stories in Twisted Metal were fucking garbage. They were boring. They weren't cool. But every character had a story that played out over the course of the game. You played each character so that you can find out what happened with their story. They had a beginning to their story, and then after you completed the game as that character, you got the end of their story. Why is something like that not here? I don't know, but this, I'm sorry, this is half-assed as fuck. It's, oh, this dude said something to me, now we're rivals, grrr, and then after you're done, oh, now we're friends. Meanwhile, the process in between, it's just these challenges, and there's no cutscenes or anything in the challenges. It's just, oh, we're rivals now. Then you do these individual challenges, and then when you're done, you get this little bullshit cutscene at the end. There's no story there. It was pointless. You could have just as easily said, hey, here's 5 challenges for Ultimo. Do them to unlock this bullshit. And it would have been exactly the same as it is with this half-assed cutscene at the beginning and the end. But that's not the worst part about challenges. There are 3 challenges available to do right now, and then a 4th that says coming soon. But wait till you check this bullshit out, because I did Ultimo's challenges just fine. Now, the next challenge is for Lupita, but it costs 200 of the fucking purple credits. That's right, I can't even do Lupita's challenges unless I give them $5 fucking dollars of real money. What kind of fucking bullshit is this? Then the next one over is for Genesis, and this is a timed event, and this one's only active for the next 12 days and 19 hours and whatever fucking minutes and other bullshit. But it is 400 purple fucking credits. 400. Just to have access to this timed fucking challenge. So you can only do Ultimo's challenges, and then after that, if you want to do the rest of the challenges for these other characters, so you can unlock the items that are locked, items that you cannot purchase with real life money, items that you cannot purchase with in-game currency. No, you have to spend real money just to unlock their challenge so you have access to it. I'm sorry, that is bullshit. Bullshit. If you want to have timed events, fine, have a timed event. And the timed event is for different characters and that swaps out, fine. That's fine. Okay, cool. I can dig that. But to have you pay to fucking get in it? Why? Pay to get in it so I can unlock some bullshit color variant for my character, or some bullshit banner, or some fucking emote that sucks dick? I gotta pay money just to have access to the challenges? No, I'm sorry. Fuck you. I'm not doing it. Lupita's challenges, I'm never gonna know what they are. I'm not paying money to fucking play them. Genesis challenges, I'm never gonna know what they are. I'm not paying money to fucking play them. They should be part of the fucking game. I don't give a shit that I got it free with PS Plus. I don't give a fuck. It should be part of the game, because if it wasn't part of PS Plus, like I said, it would have been part of the $70 fucking game. And there is zero reason why you should have to pay money to have access to these fucking challenges. Zero. It is 100% bullshit. And I'm sorry, I ain't fucking having it. They're not getting a dime from me. And like I said, you can spend your money on whatever the fuck you want. But if you're giving them money for this shit, I'm sorry, you are part of the problem. Alright, let me calm down for a second, because sorry, that shit got me heated. Let me get back down to earth a little bit. Let my blood pressure go down a little bit. Alright, now that my fucking rant about that bullshit is over. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's everything that you have to see in Destruction Allstars. That's it. That is everything. You have arcade, which like I said is just those 4 modes. You have multiplayer, which is again just those 4 modes. And then you have the challenges, which unless you want to pay fucking money, you only have access to Ultimos. And after that, there's nothing else in the game. There's a practice mode, which just lets you practice the other modes that you're playing. You don't gain any experience or anything for it. You're just practicing it. And then there's the customize menu, which is where you get all your fucking banners and your color variants and all that other bullshit. But that's all there is to see here in Destruction Allstars. And I'm sorry, like I said earlier, the biggest thing is I find it hard to think of a reason or a compelling reason to bring me back to this game to keep playing, because I've played all the modes. You know, they're fun for a while, and then they get very repetitive and boring. And I'm earning credits for what? To get a blue version of this guy? To get a fucking neon green version of this guy? Like, there's nothing cool for me to spend my points on. So I find myself not giving a fuck about playing this game to earn points to unlock cool shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there were cool variants of the vehicles, or badass looking costumes for the characters, or fucking, you know, anything else that was cool, that is like, yo, I want to get that. I'm going to fucking play the game to earn the credits so I can get that, because that thing is cool. There is nothing in this game that I can point to and say, that thing is cool, I want that. Everything is me looking at it and saying, I'm not wasting money on that shit. Even if it's in-game currency, why am I going to spend 250 or 500 in-game currency for that? I'm literally just wasting the in-game currency because it makes no difference. That is the biggest problem with Destruction Allstars. You play the game for 2 hours and you've seen everything there is to see. There's nothing new. There's nothing fun. That's it. It's done. You've already done it all. And I know fucking Xbox dudes are going crazy over the performance, trying to talk shit about the performance, like the medium ran fucking amazing on the Series X. I don't give a fuck about the performance. Like, the performance is fine. You're not going to notice performance issues unless you're using a fucking machine like Digital Foundry did. And for those Xbox dudes that want to talk shit, the game doesn't ever come to a stutter like the medium does, so shut the fuck up. That being said, the performance you're not going to notice. What you are going to notice is the lack of content. There's just not enough here. Not enough here even for a PS Plus game. Definitely not enough for a $70 game. Like this, the best thing they could have done is put this game on PS Plus, because at least then you can sit back like someone as me and say, hey, at least I didn't have to spend money on this shit. But if I were someone who spent $70 on this game, I would be furious at the absolute lack of content. Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing here. 4 fucking game modes? That's it? 4? More if you do challenges, but guess what? You're only going to get to do the challenges if you give me more money. Fuck you. Okay? Fuck you. There's not enough here. There should be no microtransactions in a game that is this barren of content. Everything should be available with in-game currency. Everything. There is zero fucking reason that someone can give me for why this game would be $70. And listen, I'm one of those people who, I'm not championing $70, but I'm one of those people who understands, look, the cost of developing games has gone up significantly over the last 20 years. It costs much more money to develop these games. Some of these games cost hundreds of millions of dollars to develop. So if they want to charge $70 for the game, I understand that. At the same time, I need to play a game and look at it and say, yes, I can see why this game was $70. I need to see where the money is going. A game like this, $70, no fucking way. $60, no fucking way. This is a $30 game all day, every day. And after it's no longer free on PS Plus, if they try to charge $70 for this game, tell them to go fuck themselves. Do not buy this game at $70. You're wasting your money. Or do whatever the fuck you want. But like I said, if you give them money, if you give them $70 for this game, you're part of the fucking problem. If after giving them $70 for this game, you buy the microtransactions, you're part of the fucking problem. So, I'm sorry. Look, I'm a PlayStation preferred player. I'm someone who wants everything on PlayStation to be fucking amazing. I want everything on everything to be amazing. But if something's on PlayStation, I definitely want it to be amazing because that's my preferred platform. And as a PlayStation dude, I have to fucking say, this game, at least to me, is just not up to snuff. It is fun for a little bit, but it is a very, very bland game that is barren when it comes to content. And for me, the title of the video is it a hit or is it just shit? And I'm sorry, I'm going to have to fall in the camp of it is just shit. I don't feel like going back to play that game. Like the games on my PS5, nothing is drawing me to that game. I don't feel like going back to play. Cyberpunk, as shitty as Cyberpunk was, and as much shit about Cyberpunk as I talked, at least Cyberpunk was fun to the point where it kept bringing me back, and I played that game to its completion because I had fun playing the game, and there was different shit to do, and new weapons, and new things that kept me coming back to the game, right? Even though it had all its fucking issues. This game does not have that same attraction with me. I have zero desire to go back to that game and play it. The only way I'll go back to that game and really play it is if I'm absolutely bored, have absolutely nothing to do, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll hop in that game for a little bit. Even then, I'd have to be like, maybe I'll play this game. If someone hits me up and was like, hey, let's play some multiplayer, I'll play the game just because I'm playing with friends. But even then, nobody's hitting me up to play this fucking game. Nobody gives a fuck. Because the game is boring and barren of content. And I'm sorry, the microtransactions, even though they may not be predatory microtransactions, are a middle finger. To me, at least to me, I look at those microtransactions as a fuck you, give me money, asshole. because of the lack of content. If there was a large amount of shit in this game and all kinds of customized vehicles and new costumes and all kinds of shit, and there was lots of content in the game, and then they wanted to charge extra money for other cool things, not a fucking color variant, but other cool costumes or outfits or variants of my special vehicle, I'd be like, you know what? It's bullshit. Me personally, I'm not going to give them money, but hey, at least there's lots of shit in the game. But when there's nothing in the game, and the shit that is in the game is garbage, and then on top of that, they're like, hey, fuck you, give me money for more of that useless bullshit, I'm sorry. Fuck this game, and fuck the developers. Fuck them. And honestly, I'm done ranting about this fucking game. Like I said, the game to me is shit. It's fun for a little bit. It wears itself thin real fucking quick. It becomes old real fucking quick. There's not enough to keep you engaged in the game. There's not enough to keep you coming back to the game. The game, in my book, I'm sorry, and I'm a PlayStation dude, this game is shit. I will probably never play it again. And that is disappointing. Because the game could have been cool. The game could have been fun. And the game could have been 1,000 times better had the developers been a little bit more fucking creative when it came to skins and unlockables for your character, other than, hey, Gary, I got it, bro. I got it, Gary. You know what? We'll take him, and we'll make his jacket green. Boom! I got it, bro. Wait, hold on. It's coming to me right now. I know, these genius, brilliant ideas, they just come to me, dude. I don't know. I can't explain it. They just come to me. But wait, I have another one coming to me. All right, and I'm seeing it right now. We'll take his jacket, and we'll make it blue. Oh, mic drop, bro. Can you imagine? We make it blue. How do I do it? I don't know, man. That's why they pay me the big bucks, motherfucker. Because I come up with these brilliant ideas. Wait, hold on. I got another one coming to me. Purple. Bro, we'll make his shit purple. Can you imagine how fucking crazy the people will go when they see that you can get it in purple? Bro. Bro, this game's... We're gonna make millions with this game. Greatest game ever. That is literally the level of creativity in this game. And I can't get behind it. I'm sorry. And listen, if you like this game, I'm sorry that I tore it to shreds, and I'm sorry that I'm shitting all over it. But hey, I keep it real with you guys. I don't sugarcoat shit, and that's why most of you, if not all of you, come here to listen to what I have to say, because I keep it 100. I don't sugarcoat shit. I tell you how it fucking is. And this game is not up to snuff. It is a disappointment in my book. Like I said, is it a hit or is it just shit? Sorry to break it to you guys. It's just shit. And because I don't want to continue ranting about this fucking game for another hour, because I don't even know how fucking long this video is going to be, that's all I got for you guys on this one. And that's the video, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you agree with what I'm saying? Or do you think the game's fucking awesome? It's okay if we have different opinions on shit. Let's talk about it in the comments. And as always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And I will catch you motherfuckers on the next Supernova.